All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, and blessing to the Akim pushing his truth throughout the four winds and sincerity. Okay, I left off on this verse. I'm gonna reread it and through the Spirit dissect it. Here we go. Satan again. We're gonna dissect it accordingly, all right? Now it says on the morrow. Now keep in mind we already accomplished that Yahweh Shai had to come for the northern and southern kingdom, but we were dealing with the northern kingdom right now after the split. Okay, we know Yahweh Shai had to come and he had to die before they were cleansed. Okay, now this is after Yahweh Shai died, but it's some things I caught on in this, reading this over again, that I want to bring out. This is Acts 9 through 16 and 19 and 20. Okay, this is verse 9. It says, on the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour, and became very hungry, and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance. Okay, so like went to a daydream. It says, and saw heaven open, a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, all right, and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. Now check this out, man. It says, and the voice spake unto him again the second time. What the Most High hath cleansed, thou call not, or call that thou, Salakia, that call not thou common. So whatever he cleansed, don't call it common. Now watch this. Why was he calling what the Most High did common? Because it wasn't talking about food. Okay? Now watch this. He said common because it was speaking about the three men that was about to come to him. Okay, check this out. It said, Ephesians 2 and 12 through 14, it says that at that time you were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of the promise, having no hope, and without the Most High in the world. This is to the northern tribes. They fell when they went into idolatry. When the Most High put them away as a nation, they became common. That's why when he saw them in a vision, it was a representation of food, but it really was talking about the men, and we're gonna go into that. He was calling it common, but the Most High said, what I have cleansed, don't call common. This is when after Yahweh Shai died to bring them back, and this is how you know that. Okay, it says 13. But now, and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, you who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. So we seen in the last video that it said that he was going to cleanse them by washing of water by the word. And Hamashiach had to die for the northern tribes to come back into this fold so they can be of the nation again. Okay? Because when they were out, it says right here, Ephesians 2:12, it says they were alienated. That means they were made a stranger from the commonwealth of Israel. That means they were no longer part. But when he died, that's why when you read 13, it said, but now in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, ye were who were sometimes afar off, made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. That means when he died, he brought them back close. 14, for he is our peace, who hath made both one. That's the tribes that came back together. He made them one again after he died. It says, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us. So after he died, he brought us right back together. Okay, that's why, now check this out. The northern tribes, it's like my little side note or power note or whatever. It says the northern tribes being without Yahweh first, then the southern tribes also being Gentiles for falling away. Yahweh Shai being the middle passage for the elect and bringing both tribes back together. So that's what he did. So it says in verse 16, this was done 3 times with Peter in the vision. It says, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. So Peter seen the thing that he was calling common. It wasn't talking about food. It happened to him 3 times. 19. It said, and so the vessel went away and Peter woke up. And it says, while Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee. Now, how many times up here? Let me see. Okay, right here, verse 16. It said, this was done thrice. Thrice is three. And the vessel was received unto heaven. Now, it says, while Peter was thinking about the vision, the Spirit came to him and said, 3 men seek thee. The vision happened 3 times. So the Spirit was letting him know that the 3 times you had that vision, the men you seeing coming to you, you thinking that they are common or they are not Israelites. Don't call them common because I've already cleansed them to bring, and they're back into the fold now. That's why he was telling them, don't call what I have already cleansed because Yahweh Shai died already. Don't call them common. They are part of the same thing just like you are now because I died and cleansed them and brought them back. Okay? Hope y'all get this. Okay, and that's my side note. It says the 3 times he denied the unlawful food. It's symbolic to him denying the 3 Gentiles because they fell away from being the chosen, but it was time to get them back in line. So Yahweh Shai died, and he used Cornelius because he was also a part of that. Cornelius sent those men to get them or whatever, but they were all back into the fold. They were back into the fold now because Yahweh Shai died for them. Okay, and brought them back. All right, this is Acts. And they said Cornelius, the centurion, is a just man. Now, this is on another point. It said, and one that feared the Most High, and of good report among all nations of the Jews, was warned from the Most High by the holy angel to send for thee and to his house, and to hear the words of thee. And he said unto him, ye know how that it is unlawful, it's an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But the Most High showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. That's because in the vision he showed them, I've cleansed them. They're back Israelites now. Okay? They're not of another nation. That's why he told them, when you sent those 3 men, the Most High showed me it was cool because y'all are back clean now. All right? Precept. Okay, but this is to also show you that when he was speaking to Cornelius, see all the good things that the Most High had dealing with Cornelius? It said he was a just man, one that feared the Most High. It was a good report among the nation of the Jews. Now, how can Cornelius call upon him when you have scripture like this? It says, but cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifices unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathens. So how is somebody gonna call upon him if they're a heathen? How can you call upon the Most High if you're a heathen? He said, my name is dreadful among the heathen. Okay? Now this is Paul. This is showing you how being a Roman. But let's see, just like Cornelius was an Israelite, but was labeled as somebody from the Italian band or a Gentile, let's check out Paul. This is Acts 22, 25, 28. It says, and as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. You know why they was confused if he was a Roman or not? Because he was an Israelite. That's why. But he bought his Roman citizenship, or he was born under the Roman citizenship. Okay? Check this out. Then the chief captain came and said unto him, tell me, art thou a Roman? And he said, yea. Paul said, yes, I'm a Roman. And the captain, check this out, just to show you that everybody that was in Rome wasn't of that nation. Look what he told them. He said, and the chief captain answered, what a great sum obtained I this freedom. So he paid to be a Roman citizen. He said with a great sum. So he paid a great amount of money to obtain to be a Roman citizen. Being a Roman was really not of your ethnicity. It was basically it was a status. Okay? And Paul said, but I was a freeborn. So he was already born a Roman. Okay? He didn't have to pay for that status. Okay, this is my side note. Proof that being a Roman was a social status. The chief paid for his status, so it was very in fashion thing to be called a Roman. But we know that Paul, okay, this is Acts 9:11. It says, and the Most High said unto him, arise and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus, for behold, he prayeth. And that was Paul. His name was Saul first, and he was from Tarsus. Okay, and Tarsus would be in Turkey. Okay, so that just shows you he wasn't actually a Roman, but this is what he was. It says, say then, this is Romans 11:1. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? This is Paul speaking. Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite from the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. But it just said that he was a Roman. He was a Roman citizen, just like Cornelius was a Roman citizen. But he was brought back when Yahweh Shai died. You know, he was brought back into the fold. That's why the Most High dealt with him like that. So it was basically telling them, it was telling Peter, don't call anything I clean common, because they had actually already been brought back to the fold. All right. All right, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostle. And that was a great millstone. Peace, safety, and blessings to Yakim. Shalom.